Dear students, today we'll discuss about the theory of perfect competition and the equilibrium of a firm. The theory of perfect competition is based on certain assumptions. First, in this market form, there are several buyers and sellers. The numbers of buyers and sellers are such that no particular buyer or seller can influence the market. In other words, the firm or a particular firm in the industry always faces a infinitely elastic demand curve. We are trying to show these things in the graphs. Here in the left side we are taking a firm. In the vertical axis we are measuring price, average revenue and marginal revenue. In the horizontal axis we are measuring quantity. This is the price line and price is fixed at the level P is equal to P bar, and each firm in this market has to take this price as given, or each firm is a price taker. Price is determined at the industry level through the interaction between aggregate demand and aggregate supply curve. This is industry production. This is price. This is aggregate supply curve. This is aggregate demand curve. This aggregate demand curve and aggregate supply curve are meeting at the point E. So E is the industry equilibrium level and price has been set by the industry, that is OP bar. This is the first assumption. And the second assumption of this market is that the product sold by the sellers in this market is homogeneous in nature, or in other words, the product of two sellers are absolutely same. There is no difference between the products sold by two sellers in this market. There is also free entry and exit of firms in the market. If a particular firm gets supernormal profit, so other firms which are not in the part of the market gets attracted to the market and enters into the market. And if the firms in the market incurs loss, then some firms exit the market. So there is free entry and exit of firms in the market. Now we are trying to find out the equilibrium conditions of this market in simple mathematics. The profit function is given by pi is equal to P bar Q minus CQ. P bar Q is the total revenue, CQ is the total cost. So profit is total revenue minus total cost. Now the first order condition or the necessary condition of equilibrium is d pi dq is equal to 0, or P bar minus C dash Q is equal to 0, or P bar is equal to C dash Q. So price should be equal to MC. C prime Q is nothing but a marginal cost. So price is equal to MC is the first order condition or the necessary condition of equilibrium of a firm in a perfectly competitive market. Now for second order condition, we have to take the second order differentiation, that is d2 pi dq2, which should be less than 0, or minus c double prime q less than 0, or c double prime q is greater than 0. In other words, the NC curve should be rising at the equilibrium point. Now we are putting these conditions in graphs. Here we are keeping marginal cost. This is the price line. Now we know that the average cost curve is U-shaped. Average cost curve is U-shaped. This we have learned in the theory of cost, and we also know that the marginal cost curve passes through the minimum point of the average cost curve. This is the marginal cost curve. The marginal cost curve and the price line meets at the point E. So E is the equilibrium point, and the equilibrium quantity is OQ0. And let this point be E1. Q0 E1 is the average cost. Let this point be P1. So OP1 E1 Q0 should be total cost, and OP bar E Q0 is the total revenue. So the difference between these two, that is P1 P bar E E1, is the profit. So in this case, the firm in the perfectly competitive market is making some profit. There may also be cases where the firm may incur losses, or it may be the case that the firm is just obtaining normal profit. So those things we'll discuss later. So this is the equilibrium for a standard firm in a perfectly competitive market. Thank you very much.